For the next part of our tablet style flip up journal, what we want to do is create the pages. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to create the pages just using a digital kit. So I will link below to this kit from Linedotarrow, and I'm going to go through the kit, and I've gone ahead and trimmed off some of the white edges on my pages. And so what you want to do is, this book, since it's going to be tablet style and flip up this way, you kind of don't want to have like a side of a head sticking through or something like that. So you go through your papers and you can decide which ones will work well for that. And so what I have done is I've set some of these aside to use in other parts of the journal. And so then like this one, I think would be fine, like this, or like this one. If we cut our page at 5 inches wide and then we're going to fold it down, it'll be, you know, this direction. All of them's going to have writing a little bit different direction than it should be, but I still think this is going to work out great. So what I want to do is I'm getting my paper trimmer out, and I'm just going to trim all of my papers down to 5 by whatever length they are. And so I'm just trimming down the whole length of my paper so that I get a piece that measures 5 by, and then the length. My paper, when I cut the edges off, it varies a little bit. It's about 10.5, I think. And so what I'm doing is just looking at each one. Like, I don't want this little girl to be on the page since we're going to fold it a different way. She's adorable, but it's not going to look right with her. So we can still use this piece of the paper, so don't throw it away, because we can use that as a journaling card. We may even add it as a pocket later on once we're working on our journal. And I did print these on 32-pound premium paper, premium HP paper. But then I also, I cut this one a little crooked, hold on. I also printed them double-sided so that I have, this kit has, you know, page prints and then background prints in it. So that's what I did, is I printed them, the ones that I'm going to use for pages, I printed double-sided. And then the ones that I'm not using for pages, I am not going to have double-sided. And also save these strips, because we will figure out ways to add them to our journal. We're not going to waste them. We're not going to waste them all. Now, we may waste some, but we're not going to waste all of them. And so I'm just going through, and I'm just looking at my papers and deciding. I'm also looking to see which side of the paper I want to cut. So I cut this off, but it's not that big a deal. Now this one, I just don't know if it's going to work or not. Let me see. I'm thinking around, I think we could use this one as a page. Okay. So that's about all that I'm going to use for pages right now. And then I'm going to bring in some book pages, some notebook pages, and different pages like that. And I've gone ahead and cut those because I did get started cutting some of the papers months ago. So I already have some of those. So let me turn around and get those. Okay, so here are some of the pages I'm going to use. So this is like a handmade paper. This was given to me as a gift, and it has like plants and stuff inside the paper. It's really cool. It looks like dry plants. I also have a music sheet that I've trimmed down. I have some notebook paper that's been tea stained or coffee stained and then trimmed down, and just some various coffee stained paper. So now let's just start putting our journal, arranging our pages of how we will want them. So when you look at this, we're not going to have a full length. Normally when we fold a book together, you know, you have enough for front and back. Well, you're not going to for this one, because this one's going to be, it's going to be a 5 by 6, and let me think about this. Let's see what the length of these are. It's going to be 5 by 6 and almost 3/4. So let me see if any of these are 3/4 or if they're all a 6 1/2. I may have made my cover a little bit big. We're going to do around 6 3/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay it on my, let me put it up here so you can see. I'm just laying it on my paper, not paper, excuse me. I'm laying it on my graph here, and then I'm just looking around 6 3/4, and then that's where I'm going to fold. And we're going to fold it down at 6 3/4. And then, so what we're going to have to figure out for this book is that we're going to have short pages on every other page or so. I'll show you how we're going to fix that. But we are going to have short pages, but I've got several ideas on ways to fix that. I'm going to try this one down here. I know you can't see, but I need it to be accurate so I can use it as a guide. I think that's close enough. So now I'm going to use it as my guide for all of them. So I'm just using this as my guide to fold these papers down They don't have to be exact, accurate, but I want them close. Each of them close to the same size. So we're just going to fold this back again. Because we're just doing all the pages that way. And I've gone ahead and done the regular papers that way, so we won't have to do those, but I wanted to show you how to do this. So once again, they're measuring 5 by 6 3/4. So now we have all these pages with one page on each one being short. So the way we're going to do this, we're going to rotate them. First, I want to figure out which one I want as my front cover. Okay, I think this was the one I want as my front. So then I'm just going to, so you can see the first page is a long page. So back here's short, right? So the next page is going to be a short page. I just have to decide which paper I want to put there though. So this one is a short page. You see where this has got a shorter page. Well, then the next one has to be a long page. I think what I'm gonna do is do the printed ones first. Let's do the printed ones first. So this is a short page. Ooh, I kind of like this one as my cover. Okay, let's see now. Okay, so this is a long page and this is a short page. So now we're gonna do the next one. It can't be long because we'll have all short on the back. So we're gonna flip it over and we'll have a short page and then a long page. And hopefully this makes sense as we go along. So since this page, the next page is short, I want a long page. So I'm just gonna add that one in. And then this page is going to be long, so I just need a short one, yes, a short one. And then we may rearrange these in just a second. I gotta see when I flip through it if I like how it looks. So that one is short page. Does that make sense? So we're gonna flip it over and use the long page next to it. Hopefully this is not confusing you. And we will flip back through it a few times so I can show you, and it'll be easier as we go through. So then we got a long page and a short page, and then this is going to be a short page, and then we need this one. Then we need, I think we'll put our music sheet here, and I think I'm going to make this the center page maybe. Let's see what it looks like. I think we'll fold it in half and see how that looks. And then we'll have our notebook page, and then we'll have this one in the center, and let's see how that looks. So let's check out our pages. So this will help you make sense now, short page, long page, what I was saying. So you see we have a page here, but then the next one down is going to be a short one, because we're going to add stuff to this though. I've got ideas of how to make these pages so that it doesn't look weird to have the short pages in here. So do that one. And I think for this one, I want to take it and I'm going to flip it this direction. I like it better that direction. And then we have this one. So then there's a short page and then long. And before we sew it in, I want to take a look at it and see, because I think I want to flip some of them over. So for example, this one, when I turn it over here, I want this one to be this direction, because I'm going to make that a pocket onto that page, I do believe. So the ones that you want to make a pocket, let me turn it this way. So the ones that you're going to want to make a pocket onto another page, you want to turn them over so you make sure you have the print that you want. And I think that looks good together. And so I'm just going to flip up again. And do I want, I'm not going to make them all pockets, so that's why I'm going through and just taking a look at what I like. How would that look? Would that look better as the pocket? Yeah. So let's just do it that way. Just go through like that. And so I think I like how they're all laid out. And as we work on this, hopefully it makes more sense. Hopefully I'm not confusing you. If I have, please just ask me in the comments below to explain something. So the center page is shorter than all the pages. And so you can see, I'm going to turn it this way. You can see all the other pages, but I think I still like it. So I think I'm going to leave it. So this is our journal. Some of the pages seem a little longer, but that's okay. So it'll go inside of our journal like this, and this is the direction that our journal will go, and you'll flip it up like a tablet style notebook, so it's a tablet style journal. So I think we'll sew it in, and then we'll work with the pockets and the short pages on what we're going to do with those pages. Okay, so hopefully I didn't confuse you with the last part, and if I did, please just ask me below and I'll try to quickly explain it again. But you're just trying to get one long page and one short page, and you don't have to do it like I did, like rotating it every other page, because we are going to use these. But at the same time, you don't want all the short pages on the back or all the short pages on the front, because your book's going to be kind of wonky. So, or I'm assuming it would be. I've never tried it, but it seems like it would be. So my idea was to swap the pages, and so that's how I'm doing this one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stitch it together. So I'm just going to use some clips to hold this for me for just a second. These clips are probably way larger than I need them to be, but they're magnetic and they stick to my cart, so that's why I use them. They're a little bulky, but they sure do stay handy because I can find them. So I kind of want to sew this together with lace, and I really hope I'm not messing up by trying this. So let's try this and see if this works. You may not want to do yours until you see if this works for me or not. Like I said, this year I'm just experimenting on camera instead of, I mean, I will make some prototypes or whatever ahead of time, but I really like just experimenting with you guys and learning right along with you. So what I'm thinking is I will put my holes about an inch from the edge, so an inch or so, and I'll just poke a hole in there, and then on the other side about the same. And you know what? We need to put it in our cover. If we're going to sew it to the cover, I need to put it in the cover, don't I? So let me clip it to the cover. That'll be better. And then I'll just go back where I made the holes, and I'll make holes in the cover as well. Yeah, there we go. And I need to push my awl through and make a big hole, as big as I can, because if I'm going to try to get that lace through there, it's going to need to be a big hole. So I'm going to try this little piece of lace here. I think it'll fit through my needle. And there's got a lot of noise in the background of the dogs and cat. We have one cat, two dogs, playing, but they are, it's been where the dogs can't play outside, so I think they're a bit rowdy today. It's been where they can't play outside for several days now, and so they need some exercise. I'm gonna see if I can pull this through. Let me see. I'm gonna have to find a tool of some sort to pull it through with. Hopefully this will work. I may have to go get something else. There we go. That came through, so that's good. So I'm just going to pull that through, and then I'm just going to thread the lace again, and I'm going to pull it through the other side. So I'm just making two holes and just sewing it that way, because if we try to sew it like we normally do with the 3 holes, that's going to be really hard with this lace. So I think 2 holes will be fine, because it's very narrow book anyway. And then let's just slide this through. Well, I say just slide it through. It's not going to be easy. So you're going to have something to help you pull it. I needed pliers, but this is my wire cutters, and I think, I'm just afraid it's going to cut my needle in two, but I don't think it, that needle's pretty thick. That needle's pretty thick. I am so sorry for this noise in the background. I'm hoping you can't hear it as loud as I can. At least they're not barking yet. Okay, so I've got a big piece here, as you can see, and I'm just going to tie a bow in the top. And I have lots of, where I've been doing the cover today too, I have all kinds of the glue on me, so just overlook that. That's not my hands peeling, that is the glue. So my idea was to just tie this together at the top here. Kind of want to center it up, so let me take these clips off. See if I can center it, the bow in the center. There we go. I may have to readjust it some, but that's kind of the idea I had, and I kind of like that. So we have our journal sewn together. We have our cover made. We have it sewn together. And so in the next video, we will start adding pockets. I'm going to show you how we're going to do these pages. The ones that are shorter than the other pages, I'm going to show you some things that we're going to do with those. I'm probably going to keep it simple this time for the first one, because this is the first one I've ever made, and this is just something I had in mind to do. And then I may make another one with more ideas, but I'm going to show you a simple way to put this one together in the next video. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.